All right, now to Douglas County, where the school board just 2 hours ago voted 4-3 to fire Superintendent Corey Wise.
And that vote came at the end of an emotional and heated meeting that saw the four newly elected board members vote to terminate the 26-year veteran of the district. The public was not allowed to speak during this fiery Friday night meeting.
Denver 7's Patrick Perez joins us live from Castle Rock, where one of Colorado's largest school districts tonight stands divided. Patrick?
Yeah, Shannon, it is probably divided now more than ever. It was an emotional night, like you said, for the people involved in all of this, but obviously even more emotional for Superintendent Corey Wise, who had to learn that this board was indeed going to fire him tonight. We watched tonight as he said a tearful goodbye to district staff and the parents who have been in support of him throughout all of this. The board voted tonight 4-3 to fire Wise, and that is effective immediately, by the way. These four newly elected members of the board voted in favor of doing so, while the three remaining voted against it. Throughout the night, we heard as Wise fought to keep his job, asking that the board give him the chance to work with them.
Let us lead. Let me lead. Let's see what can happen. Let's take the handcuffs off and work together, and let's see what can happen. Challenge me. I like to be the underdog. Let me prove, and if I don't, then come have that conversation.
Explaining the succession.
The four board members who voted in favor of firing him explained why, bringing up reasons like his leadership style, the mask mandates, and the connection he has with the three other board members. And just before the vote became final, board member David Ray, who voted to keep Wise, had this message for the new members of this board that voted to oust the superintendent.
And what you're doing tonight is horrific. I've never seen anything in our district like it, including those years, several years ago, that we always refer to as the dark ages. You have just activated the dark ages for this district. So congratulations.
And caught in the middle of this are, of course, the students, parents, and teachers who supported Wise. We saw that yesterday with that protest, and those who did not support him. We spoke with a few of them before tonight's meeting.
He just navigated us through a pretty tough time, like a lot of people did educationally. And I know he's not perfect, but he has the heart of gold, tries as hard as he can to try to do what's right.
I think everyone here on either side just wants what's best for our children. I do blame parents that aren't supporting our new school board members that have just gotten elected to office in the last 8 weeks. Can we not give them a chance?
So as you can imagine, Wise did not want to talk to the media tonight after that vote. He was very emotional. We also reached out to the union that represents some of the teachers here in Douglas County to get its reaction. We have not received a response. The board now is in charge of moving forward and coming up with a plan as soon as possible to find his replacement. But we did learn tonight from the board members that they will have to pay Corey Wise a year's salary because of this vote. For now, we're live in Castle Rock. I'm Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
And going in depth tonight, the four conservative members who voted tonight to fire Superintendent Wise were each elected in November. But the political influence on the school board likely began years ago. One parent we talked to points back to 2009 when she says outside money began pouring in.
At that time, we had a lot of outside money coming in from outside interests coming into our school board. And it was shocking to see at that time.
And it's not just the Douglas County School Board dealing with a political divide. John Vallant of the Brown Center on Education Policy tells Denver 7 this is part of a larger nationwide trend.
We've seen these big hot button issues that really are not the most important issues facing school boards and facing school districts right now, but they've been these really prominent and controversial issues in school board meetings. And so there has been this sort of this wave of national politics that's swept across school boards across the country.
A Change.org petition to recall these newly elected school board members already has gathered more than 10,000 signatures. However, those recall efforts are going to have to wait. Taking a deeper look tonight, according to the Secretary of State's office, elected officials must be in office for 6 months before a recall petition can be attempted. These new board members began their terms late November, so May would then be the earliest. And a successful recall petition must be signed by eligible voters within the district equal to at least 40% of the ballots cast for that race. So in this case, it's 118,000 ballots in that election, so that would require 47,000 signatures.